Welcome back for News Talk. It's Wednesday, so we're joined by Dr. Frank Mondi. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And we'll take your questions about your pets and their health. So get them ready. Dial 793-WKTV. But first, what is, like we were talking about Lyme disease early in the season, what are some of the cases that you're seeing coming into the vet now?
Well, you know, we test for, it's a screen that tests for tick-borne disease, including Lyme, ehrlichiosis, anaplasmosis, and heartworm in one test. We do it every year, and we're seeing, you know, increased numbers. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know we had at least 30 to 40 positives this spring, and we test every year. And we recommend vaccinating your dogs against Lyme disease. That's one of the methods to protect them, but of course, you want to protect them against all tick-borne diseases by using a medication spot on for fleas and ticks. And you always
recommend that they get that at a veterinarian's office, like don't shop for these
Well,
online.
only because the FDA has sent us information. There are things on the internet, products that are not exactly what they're supposed to be, repackaged stuff that comes from third world countries that actually doesn't have the active ingredient in it.
Right.
So it's a little risk there.
Yeah, they're not following the same rules that we are following here.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to go to the phone lines because we do have a caller on the line.
Okay.
Hello, caller. What's your question for Dr. Mondi?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I had a question because I've often wondered this after having dogs for a number of years. Should you wake a dog up during a bad dream? I mean, when they're whimpering and really look like they're distressed and their paws are moving, should you wake them up or let them dream through it?
You know, I don't have a real good answer. I would just leave them be unless they're, you know, seeming to have a lot of activity. But because dreaming is pretty normal, and just like it is with us, we probably move around. So I would not recommend you do it unless there's some reason you think an animal's in distress. So kind of leaving it up to you. I don't have a good answer for that.
Kind of like never wake a sleeping baby.
Yes,
never
I
wake
mean,
your sleeping pup.
Right.
They're just having
that
a dream.
indicates they're in very deep sleep, you know, so they may need a lot of rest, so, you know,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't do it.
Sometimes you feel bad, you know. Okay. It's cute, but you do feel bad sometimes. All right, we'll go to the phone lines again. Hello, caller. What's your question for Dr. Mondi?
Yes, hi. I would like to know how old it has to be before you can give it a flea treatment.
Well, you want to be careful with what treatment you're going to give them, but at least, you know, 6 to 8 weeks of age, but it has to be very specific, and you have to look at the contents of the read your product package. They will tell you the earliest that you can use the treatment. But we start preventative treatments around 6 to 8 weeks, and they're safe for kittens at that age. But you've got to make sure you're using the right product.
Okay. All right, and we have another call, so we'll go to the phone lines one more time. Hello, caller. What's your question for Dr. Mondi?
Yes, I'd like to ask Dr. Mondi about my dog that jumps on people. She's 2 years old.
Yes, right. Well, that's a problem that you try to correct as soon as it starts, you know, because once they've established the bad habit, it's very difficult to get to correct it. You really probably should work with a individual, talk to your veterinarian or talk to a trainer that might help you with, because it's a lot of work to undo a you know, a bad habit. And one of the things that the experts tell us is to ignore, turn your back on them when they're doing that. Of course, you use the word no, and only reward them when they sit there quietly, and then praise them. You know, the other thing is, if they're doing it to people when they come in, oftentimes distraction might help by tossing them before the person. If you hear a person coming, tossing them a little treat to distract them from jumping up on the individual. But there's a lot of things that go into changing a bad habit. So talk to your veterinarian, talk to your trainer, and get some more information on it.
That's tricky, but the bottom line is don't encourage it, you know.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's what you want to do in all bad habits, you know, ignore them. Ignore them and not encourage good behavior, discourage bad behavior.
Got it. All right, as always, it's a pleasure to have you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Dr. Mondi. Coming up, we'll have your business report.